Hello and welcome back to Eating Global. I have a special treat for you today. We are here at the legendary Dixie Crossroads restaurant in Titusville, Florida. This is one of my favorite restaurants in Florida. I have done Florida seafood restaurants before, but this place is unbelievable. They have something very special called rock shrimp. Now, rock shrimp are one of the rarest shrimp in the world, basically. This very restaurant is one of the few places on the planet Earth you can get rock shrimp. So I am going to take you on this journey of rock shrimp. I'm going to let you know what they are, how they're caught, and all that kind of stuff going on with them, and what makes them unique. They have a very hard shell on them, so it's very hard to kind of eat them. They used to be kind of, before the 1970s when this guy came up with the idea, the processing of how to do the rock shrimp, you really just threw them away. They were kind of a trash shrimp, but there was a very hard shell on them that makes them kind of hard to eat if you don't have the specialized process on how to do that. So anyway, Dixie Crossroads really pioneered the way to eat these amazing little morsels. They're very almost lobster-like. Anyway, let's go in and see what we've got. Opened in 1983, Dixie Crossroads is not the oldest seafood restaurant in Florida, but it absolutely does have that old school Florida fish house vibe. Inside is that classic wood paneling, nautical decor, and of course that incredible scent of delicious seafood in the air. It just feels like it should, perfect in every way. Naturally, a place operating at this level has earned endless awards for Best of Florida Restaurants, Best Seafood Restaurants, and many publications of its unique high-caliber charm. On the menu, you will find a boatload of amazing seafood, all of which is fresh caught for your dining delight, but of course I am here for one of the rarest seafoods you can get at a restaurant on Earth. I ordered the 1.5 dozen rock shrimp for a completely reasonable $24.99, and I would say that's a bargain. You're going to find out why here soon. With it, you get 2 sides and of course a mountain of their famous melt-in-your-mouth corn fritters. Now get ready, because we're diving headfirst into a true Florida treasure. Well, I have my order in, and like any prestigious seafood restaurant in the South, the fritters, the corn fritters, are a thing here, and they are piled high with powdered sugar, and they are just light, fluffy, delicious little, They do have little bits of corn in there, just to prove their quality. I'm just gonna eat this whole basket, but these just come complimentary. Do note that. Some places you go to and their fritters are like, $6, $7. Not here. This is the original OG way to eat the corn fritter at the old school Florida fish houses. This is just perfect. Everything here is perfect. It is the way it's supposed to be. It is just the way, right? Sounds like a little Star Wars-y. Well, I'm still eating corn fritters and there's powdered sugar everywhere. All over my face. All over my shirt, probably. And that means you're doing it correctly. Now, with the rock shrimp come 2 sides. So I ordered one of the sides as the clam chowder. They also have a soup of the day and a couple other different kinds of soup. And they have several sides. I got the sweet potato as another side. So the clam chowder comes out first. Let us go in for it. That's not from a can. Wow. This is super thick. It's creamy. It's smooth though. None of that grittiness. It's very umami. Got big chunks of clam in there. Every bite has big chunks of clam, which some clam chowder you just don't see clam. This one spoonful has like 5 pieces of clam in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just amazing. I mean, it's spectacular. It's got little pieces of potato in there, so they're nice and tender. Just spectacular. Perfect balance of salt. Not too salty, not bland. They're doing it on a high level here. It's just perfect. Just perfect. And of course, what better to do while also enjoying the soup is to, just go in for more corn fritters and spread powdered sugar everywhere. It's so boring when you sit at a restaurant and have nothing to eat when you first sit down. You just sit there and just look around, staring around, and nothing's happening until your meal comes. This kind of wards that off. It's entertainment food, plus it's also delicious. What more can you ask for? It's perfect. Here they are. I am so excited. I don't get these things super often. Obviously, I'm not here all the time. Don't live here, unfortunately. If I did live here, I'd be here daily. If I did live here daily, it would probably be a horrible thing. I would just, I don't know. I would have no money and I would not be able to fit through a door. Because these things come with butter, of course. I mean, yeah. So there are several choices for seasonings on these, but I get them just plain broiled as is the way that they were intended to be eaten. Now, let me also point out here, these things, I don't know if you can hear that, but their shell is incredibly hard. They're like almost a little tiny lobster, right? So with that being said, these are incredibly difficult to prepare and they're incredibly difficult to catch. So the fishery has to be specially set up to fish these things. They're deep water, they're 200 to 600 feet deep, and they live with other crustaceans, so they're in a very shelly, hard environment. Their shells themselves are hard, so the nets on the shrimp boats have to be much hardier. Everything has to be more robust to catch these shrimp. The thing is, then you have to get them into the restaurant, and then you have to deal with that hard shell. So this place has proprietary equipment to do just that. But anyway, with that said, let us dig in and enjoy these things. Dip in butter. I don't think I need to say anything. I think you understand the gravity of these shrimp. Okay, so they give you the little, they're little, they butterfly them for you, but even then they stick to the shell quite a bit. So they give you the little fork and you just peel them right out of there. And there's the beautiful, beautiful meat. It's just unbelievable. And there's something about this little experience that makes it so much more unique than eating regular shrimp, dipping it in that butter. I got 1.5 dozen. You can get up to like 3 dozen, I think, or 4 dozen. So, well, they'll probably serve you as many as you want, but I mean, you can just eat these things going crazy. But I got the 1.5 dozen, and that does me just fine. But I really could eat a lot more if I wanted to be irresponsible. They're sweet. There's a sweetness to them. It's very much like the best lobster you've had. Might I say it's even better than lobster because it's more tender, it's not stringy, and it's sweet. So there's just nothing better than the rock shrimp. Now, another episode that I did a while back at the Rustic Inn Crab House in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, those are my standard Atlantic. I love those Atlantic shrimp. Those are standard shrimp. They're a shallower shrimp. They're just a regular Atlantic shrimp, which are just, those are the best of those species of shrimp, right? They're just those standard shrimp. These are a whole different level. They're a whole different ballgame. So they're my favorite in this category, but they are a category of their own, so it's hard to say. I will also add that the most famous fishery of these things are right off of Titusville, right off of Cape Canaveral here, on the deep, deep ridges of the coast there. So it's kind of cool that this is right here in Titusville, and they're caught right out there, right in the deep ocean, right off of here. Now, they are prolific here. This is a famous fishery, but they do exist in the Gulf as well, in the deep Gulf and in the deep Yucatan in Mexico. So with that being said, I will finish these things up. Oh, one more thing. I got a sweet potato as well, and they are so soft. They are just perfect. It's just creamy inside. Like, you know, I mean, they do everything perfect here. Everything. And it comes with this delicious cinnamon butter. I mean, come on now. Yep. And might as well also mention their napkins are even adorable. Just perfect. It's great. I don't know what else to say besides, if you get a chance to try rock shrimp, there may be some places in the United States that have them, specialty restaurants that sometimes will carry them, but you're not going to see them at your standard seafood restaurant. Like I said, the only other restaurant that somewhat regularly has them is the Whale's Rib in Deerfield Beach, and they don't always have them. So, Dixie Crossroads is pretty much the only place in the world where you can really, really get the spectacular rock shrimp most often, most of the year. They have a great supply, they have a great hand on the fishery, And with that said, this is truly world class. Extraordinary world class. So I will finish up here, and then I'll see you at the end. Well, I am finished. And you know, it's just a paradise of a situation. And you even get a little bit of sense of like, I'm doing something good for myself because I'm just eating shrimp, it's protein, and you know, it's fairly good for you. And then you realize, no, I've eaten a bunch of butter and a bunch of fritters. And then you're like, I don't know why I'm so full, but then you realize why you're so full. I don't know. This is just perfect. I couldn't. Why am I? I don't. I'm not. I'll see you outside. Well, we are all finished up here. I am stuffed full of fritters and shrimp. It's just been spectacular. I'm so happy to have been able to share this with you. One of my favorite institutions, especially seafood institutions in this country, and if not the world. It is specifically one of the best, well, one of the only places in the world to get rock shrimp, so it's not just me, it is something else. So Dixie Crossroads here in Titusville, Florida. If you're liking these episodes, please like and subscribe. I would love that. I also love to talk to you in the comments. If you have any questions or anything about the restaurant, I've got you covered, or about rock shrimp, anything like that. Would love to talk to you. Anyway, from Titusville, Florida, at Dixie Crossroads. I'll see you somewhere around the world on Eating Global. Take care.